What's up, dudes and dudettes? It's Ace. Today we are here with more spoilers. I haven't did a spoiler video for a few days. Reason being, first of all, I don't want to like bog that news feed, that sub feed, and also they were kind of trickling in. It was like one after the other, just slowly trickling in. I'm just like, come on, bruh. So I sort of waited for the bucket to fill up, and here we are today. Mostly, it was sort of trickling in because the fact that we got that jeweled lotus, and people were like getting crazed for that. Like, I mean, to be fair, I'd be crazed too, especially if you're like a shop owner. Like, people were buying that card as a single for up to $200. Like, can you imagine that? That just sounds crazy to me. I'm someone of taste, right? Too. I've been listening to alpha investments here and there, and the dude said $20 at most, something like that, for this sort of mythic. I'm just like, can it be? Is it possible? I'm just gonna wait for it, but like I totally want to grab it when I can. I'm definitely frothing on that card's gonna be turn one my commander. Even if my commander doesn't do that much turn one, it's just like, I can't wait to get me some of that. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna go over some spoilers, and let's just hit this spoiler up. So first one we have Soulfire Eruption, which is 6 red, or bed sorcery. Choose any number of target creatures, planeswalkers, and or players. For each of them, exile the top card of your library. Then Soulfire Eruption deals damage to the target creature equal to the convert mana cost of that card. You can play the exiled cards until the end of your next turn. Jeez Louise! Someone call Ma. This card is actually explosive. Like, for a red mythic, I never thought we'd get something like this. But this is sort of akin to like a Blue Sun Zenith where like X is 6, right? Like, I mean, of course the ceiling can be, I mean, the ceiling can't be higher than winning the game, but like the amount of cards you're drawing for this, like the ceiling is pretty high. I mean, the floor is pretty high rather, right? Because you can just target everything and everything that's targetable, target creature. I'm surprised it says any target. Oh, I'm surprised actually it didn't say any target. Because usually for things like this, it'll say any target. And I'm thinking that because, sorry, this is me just like conspiracizing. But what if they have a new permanent type soon? From 2 years from now. New permanent type? I mean, that's the only reason they would put creatures, planeswalkers, and or players. Maybe they wanted to sort of condense the, I don't know. It could just say choose any target and work the same way, right? I'm thinking there's a new permanent type in 2 years. Anyways, yeah, this is super explosive. Imagine there's like, you're playing against a Krenko and you have this thing out and you just target a bunch of crap. You can just draw your deck with this. I mean, of course you're playing mono reds, so you don't have like a Thassa's Oracle, but like, geez, you're exploding. You're actually exploding. You're erupting. This is crazy. Although I don't think there's, I don't know what deck you want to play this in, but like this is like you're drawing a lot of cards off of this. Hope you don't have too many lands, because then you just whiff with that at that point. But like you're drawing a lot of cards. You're also like destroying a lot of cards. Like this is pretty strong. Would you even call it like a game ender in like a mono red deck? I don't think so, but it's pretty strong. Also, I'm sorry about the background. I think the fire detector is running low on juice, so I gotta juice it up later. Yeah, this card is pretty sick. I think it's better than the blue one, which is the exile one. You create 2 copies of it. I think it's pretty sweet. All right, next up we got Nostro, Voice of the Crags. 1 Jeskai legendary creature. Choose 1. X is equal to the number of spells you cast this turn. Scry X deals X damage to target creature. You gain X life, 3/3. So this is kind of cute. It's like a, I don't know, what would you call it? It's just like a prowess sort of thing. I would think it's kind of like prowess, right? Where you cast spells and it does stuff based on the amount of spells you cast. Except it's better because number of spells, not just like, is prowess spells? I think prowess is spells actually. So it might be the same thing as prowess. You can like opt to scry that much. That's kind of cute. It's also cute that like the owl is the blue scry, then the dog, the hound, is that what that is? Wolf is like the damage dealer one, and then the sun is or the white is the gain life. That's kind of cool. This creature's kind of cool. I don't know what you use. Oh, wait. There's that one artifact that deals damage to a creature, and if a creature dies, you can untap it. I don't know what it's called, but like, you could wipe the board with this potentially. That's kind of cool. I don't know why we'd play this over other cards. The Scry X is kind of neat. Maybe if you have Infinite Storm, you can like stack your library, sort of, right? with the scries. That's well, if you like scry 100, you can choose how to order them, right? Because you can do that with scry 3. Like that'd be kind of cool. If you have storm, this is like a win, and if you have a draw spell in your hand, that's kind of cool. You can like doomsday yourself in that sort of scenario. That's cool. I think this is gonna see some high power play. This card, and that's just like a hot take for me. Like I don't know what you'd want to do with this card, but like this seems kind of like not that bad, not too shabby. All right. Next up, we got ourselves a nice little rare white here. I don't know what it does, but it seems like it's pretty decent. Armored Sky Hunter, 3 and a white creature, cat, knight, flying. Whenever Armored Sky Hunter attacks with the top 6 cards of your library, you may put an aura or equipment card from among them onto the battlefield. If an equipment is put on the battlefield, you may attach it to the creature you control. For the rest of those cards on the bottom of your library in a random order. Okay. Okay, so the aura automatically attaches, right? It's just because the equipment doesn't automatically attach. It has this extra clause here that if an equipment is put on the battlefield this way, attach it. That's kind of cool. This is sort of like that white card draw for equipment-based decks, which is kind of neat. Although I don't have an equipment deck, so this is sort of like a sort of card. But in equipment decks, is this worth it? I mean, you cheat stuff in a play. I'm not sure. You would need a high density of equipment, and like cheat it and play with this. This becomes like a threat if that's the case. The fact that it's only whenever Sky Hunter attacks, not whenever creature. So it has to wait a turn. You have to really power this out too. You've got top 6, which is kind of good. Like that's a decent amount. I don't think this card is that bad. Like an equipment theme deck, like battle cruiser to mid power. This is definitely kind of decent. I can see this taking over a few games. Although I think it's really slow, and you need to have like a solid start because of how slow it is. Like turn 5, you get your first equipment, and you don't attack with it until it's attacks. Whenever it attacks. So at turn 5, you could potentially attack with like a big beefy boy, which isn't that bad. I can think of it. It's not like you have to wait till turn 6 to deal damage with that equipment you got out. It's okay. Like I said, this is one of those mid power battle cruisers type of cards. Like it's cute. It's not that great, I don't think, for high power. Well, I don't think it's great for like my sort of deck. But yeah, it's a cool card. Cool card. I think it's something that probably is needed. A little buff to equipment-based commanders. Let's see. Arden. Keep attaching number creature to a target permanent or player. Ooh. Attach. Okay. Arden Intrepid. I don't know why I clicked on that. I know I tabbed out for Armored Sky Hunter. Arden Intrepid Archaeologist. That's kind of cool. An aura / equipment-based theme commander. Unfortunately, you don't have like a SRAM in the command zone with this. Like if you did, you could just attach them to anything you wanted. Make like a Boggles type of deck. That's kind of cool. All right, wrong turn, which you saw this in the spoiler season, which is Tuna Blue. Target opponent gains control of target creature. That's cool. Not the best, obviously, because you don't get anything out of this. It's sort of you're just tricking it, a little combat trick, or I don't know, stack trick, I guess. I don't know what you call it. Hey, it's like a politics tool, right? Hey, I'll let you not take damage from this creature, and I'll give this creature to you if you do something for me. That's the only use I can see out of it. I don't see it being crazy unless you have like some weird sort of Zedru type of deck. But even then, it's like, I mean, even the Zedru deck is kind of good, but it's also like not card advantage. It's sort of like a do nothing. Like you need that like political stuff to be going on to use this card. It's alright. Next up, we got Obeka, Brute Carnologist, a Grixis Ogre. Ooh. Okay. Shoddy. The player whose turn it is may end this turn for tapping Obeka. This card is cool. It goes infinite with like. What does it go infinite with? Oh yeah, Aystogon Scepter, and the red. I think a majority of the red extra turn spells are like less than 2 or less mana. So, like this is kind of neat for those effects because they have a delayed trigger, and you can just exile. You can end the turn and exile all spells and abilities on attack with that trigger. I believe that's how it works. So this is cool. This goes infinite in that way. It's cool for like a political. I don't know, it's hard to imagine this all too good, but it's a cool effect. Cool effect. All right, next we have Court of Bounty. 2 and a green enchantment. 1 Court of Bounty enters the battlefield. You get Monarch. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. If you're the Monarch instead, you may put a creature or a land card on the battlefield. This card is decent. I would like to think it's somewhere between like, I think the green and white ones sort of have the same sort of. I think they have the same sort of power level. I could be wrong here, because you can check out Eldrazi here, and the white one's like, you get a 4/4, which is sort of akin to like 3 mana. But of course, playing like a crazy big monsters, that's kind of a good way to cheat, man. I don't know how to compare this one to the others. I think it's closer to the, I don't know, I think it's actually a little better than the white one, think about it. Which makes sense, that's as all things. It's a cool card. I don't know how green, I mean, if you're playing a lot of green, you're probably not playing this card because you run a combo off and you have a bunch of mana. But like, it's a nice way to introduce Monarch, I suppose. And it also ramps you if you have lands in hand. Kinda cute. You don't get anything out of it until it sort of assumes you have card draw or lands in your hand. It kind of sucks if you don't have Monarch or if you don't have lands. I don't know, I like this card. I like this card. I still don't think it's going to be good for green's sake. Like for white, I think the white one's especially going to be used. But for green, I don't think green's going to use so much. Could be wrong though. I don't think too many people are cheating crap into play nowadays. I think it's just like comboing off a bunch. So I don't know. This is too slow for green. Anyways, next up we got this big beefy boy. Apex Devastator. 8 green, cascade, 10/10. Chimera Hydra. This is the sickest creature type. I think this is honestly the best of creature types. Chimera Hydra. It looks sick, right? I think it's sick as AF. Yeah, this card is sick. What would you put this in? I don't think you put it in Savala because I think they need more ETB stuff. Both Savalas for that case. The fact that you have to cast this kind of sucks. But I mean, if you're playing Savala, you're playing a lot of mana. I don't know what other green decks want to play this because it does require you to cast it, which kind of sucks. Means you get it at 10. How fast you can get to 10 means you can cascade. This is essentially 10 mana, draw 4. Would you play that? 10 mana, draw 4? I mean, of course you're cheating them into play. It's better than 10 mana, draw 4 because you just cast them. And then they can't even counter the initial 10/10, which I mean, to be fair, it doesn't have like trample or anything. But this is a decent card. I don't know how playable it'll be, but I think it'll definitely see play in like Battlecruiser to high power, just because there are a lot of rogue builds in high power, and like I could totally see like someone cheating this thing into play for like some crazy juicy value. With I don't know, what would you play? The Maelstrom Wanderer, Bloodbraid, and this, and then you would like go up the cycle. But you need to cast this first, and they would get the others. I don't know. I don't play Cascade, all right? I don't. Don't judge me. I don't know. I think it's these. I think it's these. Next up we have. Ooh, I like the Ravos reprint. I think he definitely need a reprint. Next up we have Rootweaver Druid, 2 and a green creature elf druid. When Rootweaver Druid enters the battlefield, each opponent may search the library for up to 3 basic lands. They each put one of those cards onto the battlefield tapped under your control, and the rest in the battlefield tapped under their control. Then each player who searches your library this way shuffles it 2 to 1. This is weird. All right, so they could get, say if you got one, everyone got 1 land, which no one would do because that just means you take all of those lands. So it's 3 mana, you ramp 3. But if everyone got 2 lands, everyone ramps 1, you ramp 3. All right, what if everyone grabs 3 lands, you ramp 3, everyone ramps 2? I mean, you're taking their lands too. Do you want to be working in their colors? I don't think you do. I think in most cases, it's each opponent too. I think most cases will be a dud. Like, I don't think Template Discovery's played too much anymore. This might be a better version of that. But with that being said, it comes in tapped under, and you're playing this at sorcery speed, so they're going to be able to untap with 2 more basic lands, which might win them the game because also you're deck thinning them. I don't think this is going to be good in like high power plus, but mid power to Battlecruiser, this is going to be so playable. Like, this is going to be super fun. Like, oh yeah, Johnny, just get some lands. Here, go ahead. And then like you grab some, like you take their lands and all of a sudden you're like way far ahead. And like you're playing green, so like bam, I don't know, is this win more? I don't see this being that good. I'm like double thinking it right here, right now. Is this good? Like, are people really gonna want you to take their lands? I think the cases are someone's gonna be greedy AF and they're gonna get some lands. They're gonna get 2 lands out, right? And you're gonna take 1 of those, and that's it. But also the worst case is like you play this 3 mana 2/1 for nothing because you don't even search for lands. It requires your opponents to search for lands. So like you're not gonna get nothing for 3 mana. Yeah, I don't think this is that good. But I would like to be wrong. This sounds super fun. Especially if you like blink this or something, which you can't do unless you're in like white or blue, but that'd be fun. Start blinking it a bunch of times. Then people are just like, yeah, go ahead. I'll go ahead and grab some land. That's like Merry Christmas land. And like your opponent wasn't even like thinking they're like drunk or something like that. And they're like, yeah, you can just grab my land, dude. All right, whatever. Next up, we got Hans Eriksson, 2 Gruul, legendary human scout. When Hans Eriksson attacks, reveal the top card of your library. If it is a creature card, put on the battlefield tapped and attacking, defending player or a planeswalker they control. Otherwise, put that card into your hand. When you put a creature card into the battlefield this way, it fights Hans Eriksson 1/4. Was that a creature card? Was a creature card put into? This is a cool card. Like for lore reason, he's like a jolly old dude who actually this references Safi, I think her name is, which is I think it's the daughter, or not the, yeah, it's the daughter of Eriksson, Leif Eriksson. I don't know my lore that much, boys. All right, I'm just thinking of this. But I do remember Safi or Saki, I forgot her name. It's the one that sacrifices herself and she gives a creature indestructible or like brings it back or something like that. This is her brother, I believe, and it's kind of cool because I think it might be her in the background. And like I think her lore text or her flavor text actually references this sort of scenario, like where'd Hands go, right, or something like that. And you can see like he's just jolly, just doesn't even care, and all of a sudden like, oh, he has to run away, and when he runs away, he sees like there's a creature following him behind him. That's the creature you put on the battlefield tapped and attacking. That's kind of cool. It's definitely cute. I don't know how you'd play this though. It cheats creatures into play. Maybe you can do like, this could probably be like a draw engine, perhaps, maybe in some sort of rule deck. I don't see why you'd play this in rule though, because I feel like it would kill itself. If you play this, you probably play as your commander, and like you suit it up with some sort of artifact to keep it alive, or enchantment. I don't think there's an enchantment for that sort of stuff in green though. It'd be cool though. Get some stuff into play on top of your library, and you need library manipulation, of course. So you play like Scroll Rack or the Ring, or I'm sorry, not the Ring, the top, Sensei's top. That's cool. That's coolio. All right, next up we've got Plague Reaver, Tuna Black creature beast. At the beginning of your end step, sacrifice each other creature you control. Discard 2 cards, sacrifice Plague Reaver, choose target opponent, return the Plague Reaver under the battlefield under target opponent's control at the beginning of the next upkeep. 6/5. This card is interesting. It's definitely interesting. 3 mana big beast boy. I don't know what deck you play this in. Do you play an Aristocrat? So like it's weird because it requires you to, I guess, take a card parity disadvantage in order so you don't sack your whole board. So I'm wondering if you play this in like token decks, but then when you get rid of it, you're giving an opponent a 6/5. You're losing 3 cards out of hand. And then they can swing this at you for 6/5 because like you give it to the opponent and they don't have to do the thing till the end step. So like they can swing the 6/5 at you. You take 6, then like they have to do this unless they want to get a continuous one-sided board wipe on them, which they don't. This could be like good tech against control decks. Like you play this against like a Urza or something, it's like it's always gonna kill their Urza, and so it's like those greedy ass blue players. I'm gonna say how it is. Look, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna say how it is. Those blue players greedy AF. So if you're playing black, I would honestly think about playing this from Battle Cruiser to High Power, because you know there's a bunch of them. Or play this against like a Golos. Now it does suck if you get swung at. So, like they're gonna swing this at you because you gave it to them. But like getting that board wipe, or like creature heavy decks. Ooh, that's gonna be good. That's gonna be good. Like if they want to be greedy, like you play this against a green deck, they got to sack all their elves. Ooh, that's gonna be spicy. There's gonna be some spicy tech with this card. I can't wait to see it in like a CDH pod or something on YouTube. I think it's gonna be spicy. I don't know how good it is, but I like the idea. Dang, black has been getting some like spicy cards. I like this card a lot. It's whatever though. Gosh, where's my spicy white card? All right, next up, we've got a few other cards. Nothing spicy. Oh, here's one spicy boy. A slime? Is that new slime? Mud Ooze. 2 green creature Ooze. Ooze you control. Get +1/+1. Ooze is plural. Oozes? Oozies? Alright. Today I learned. As when your upkeep, if you control your commander, generate a token that is a copy of Mud Ooze. Oh, that's sweet. So it gets tall and wide. So it's a 1/1, and then at your upkeep, it becomes a 2/2, and you make another one. Then make another one, it's 3/3. All of them are 3/3s, and all of them are 4/4s. On all of them are 4/4s, you get 4 of them. On all of them are 5/5s, you get 5 of them. You get 5 of them. That's kind of cool. It's super expensive though. For ooh, I don't know if this said end step, it'd be good. I don't think this one's good at all. Maybe like battle cruiser, mid power. Maybe if you're doing like a high power, you're trying to like really cap that power on your Ooze deck. Because you're getting 4 mana for a 1/1 that doesn't upgrade until your upkeep. That's rough. That's rough. Unless you're playing like I don't know, Ooze Tribal. I don't think this is gonna be that good at all. Whatever. They cannot be stars. So they said. Gosh, I'm hungry. I'm gonna have to go after this. All right, I think we're capping out here today. All right, yeah, this is about it. All right, next up we've got Raksha Debaser. Dang, that's a based name, Debaser. You know this guy goes to the gym. You know he lifts. You know he lifts. All right, Raksha Debaser. 4 black creature cat demon. When Debaser attacks, put a target creature card from defending player's graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. 6/6. This is cool. It has to be defending player's graveyard, which kind of sucks because it just means that they have to have something in their graveyard. So you don't want to attack the control player because odds are they don't have. Most of the time, they won't have a creature in their graveyard. Depending on the type of deck. I think you swing this into... It's on attack, too, so you're always getting... even if this thing dies during damage, you're always getting something. So you definitely attack, like, the Staxy deck. And then when you're, like, done, when it dies, you can just encore it. This is some spicy value out this card. If you can give it haste, like in a Rakdos deck, because like in a Rakdos, you do, like a group slug sort of deck. This can get super spicy. Like, they're going to be discarding all their creatures and stuff, and you just get this back, and you have a huge board, and, like, this is in your graveyard anyway, because maybe you're discarded it for your symmetrical sack, or symmetrical discard. Ooh. This is Battlecruiser, mid-power. Alright, next one. Amadi, Celebrant of Bounty. Alright, so, not even looking at it, I'm curious if this one's going to be OP. I swear I didn't look at it yet. So, it's 5 mana. What can it do for 5 mana? Is it going to be a value engine? Let's see. I'm opening my eyes. Legendary creature, Naga Druid, Cascade. Okay. When you cast a spell, you get Cascade. Okay. 5 mana. Spells you cast with converted mana cost 6 or greater have Cascade. 3/1. Okay. I am not going to lie. Not that broken. Not a crazy... I mean, it's a value engine. Granted, it's blue-green. That's, I think, the colors of value / learning / whatever. It's a 3/1. It dies to nearly everything on the everything in the sky. Like, I think even a blasting station kills this thing, which is cool. It's gonna suck though. I mean, you do get value out of it. That's why it's a 3/1. Ooh, battle cruiser to mid power. I'm grading it battle cruiser to mid power, boys. The thing is, you cascade this, you get something from your library. Exile a card from the top right until you cast an exile non-land card that costs less. See, the fact that it has to be a non-land card and you cast this at sorcery speed means that it can't go to high power because you can't play counters removal because it's going to get nullified when you try to cascade with this, which is going to kind of suck. Also, the fact that you need to cast spells that are 6 or greater, which means it has to be delegated down to mid power to battle cruiser. It's just how it is. And I'm totally fine with that because Simic's got the most broken stuff ever seen. All right, next one. Reshape the Earth. 6 green. So this is the green equivalent of the red crazy sorcery we saw a little bit before. Search your library for the top 10 land cards. Search your library for up to 10 land cards. Put them on the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. Is this one good? I mean, I don't know how you're winning with 10 land cards, but this is some ramp. Like, if you're already 10 turns... Oh, wait. So you're not going to be 10 turns in. If you don't miss a land drop. Assuming you're ramping. Let's be safe. Let's say 6 turns in. Like, it's not uncommon for me to have, like 8 mana by turn 4 or 5 sometimes, right? So let's say you have 6 mana on turn 6. Or you have enough mana to cast a turn 6. Is this good enough? But you're tabbing out for this, no doubt. 100%. So you're playing this, unless you're playing it as a combo with like Valakut or Dark Depths with Vesuva or let's see, Landfall. And this is like your most top end card. This is probably gonna be like mid-powered battlecruiser. It just costs a lot of mana, and you need like those cards in your deck. Granted, the cost to cast those cards are pretty low, but like this is a high CMC spell. Yeah, I'm gonna say battlecruiser to mid-power unless you got some like landfall triggers or Valakut trigger thing happening in your deck. But yeah, that's about it. Anyways, we're gonna end it there just in time. Hope you guys liked this video. I liked it. There's some crazy spells. I'm totally waiting to see what the white mythic sorcery spell is. Is it gonna be like create some angels? If it is, I'm out of here. I promise. That's gonna suck. Anyways, peace out, guys. Have a nice one, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. What do you guys think about this in the comments below? Also, I'm super curious about some of these cards. How you guys would rate these cards yourselves. Yeah, peace out, and have a nice one.